So I am a book lover, guys. If you couldn't already tell by the packed bookcase, I love reading so much. It's like one of my favorite pastimes. But I get into reading slumps where I don't want to read for like days. And I know you guys can relate to that, where you're just so like burnt out. And this is where Shatter Me comes into the play. Okay, so I heard about Shatter Me through one of my friends who had read it before me. And then I started seeing it all over my For You page. Like, every TikTok was like, Warner this, Warner that, like, Juliet this, Juliet that. And those are the two main characters, by the way. So a couple years ago, I bought the first book. Like, just Shatter Me. I got maybe 20 pages in, and I left it on set. I was devastated. Like, from what I had read of it, I was in love with it. Fast forward to now, I'm trying to find books to read over the summer, and I see that they have the box set on Amazon. I finished the first 2 books in the span of like 3 or 4 days. So one of my favorite parts about the book is the writing style. It keeps you hooked just by looking at the page. It doesn't feel like you're just reading words over and over again. It honestly feels like you're looking at this world through the eyes of the main character, Juliet, and that is so impressive to be able to write like that. And don't even get me started on the love interests. It's so insane. It's like you're rooting for a different guy in every chapter. It's such like an emotional roller coaster in the best way possible. Shatter Me came out in like 2011. It's 2024 and she's still relevant. I feel like the dialogue in Shatter Me is just still so perfect. Sometimes you read a book where you're like, who would say that? Like, what teenage girl would use those words? But in this book, I feel like Juliet is just reading my mind. Like, exactly just reading my mind. Another reason why I absolutely love this book is the world building. I feel like there's a couple of books that spend all of the time building up characters, but not the world that they're in, not explaining why they have the motives that they do, why they feel the way that you do. And that hinders you from being able to connect with these characters. But Shatter Me does an amazing job of showing you the situations that these characters are in. I've never experienced what it's like to live in a dystopian utopia and have superpowers, but when I read this book, I feel like I am Juliet. Like, I'm living these moments that she's living. That is just, I feel like, what you need from a book that's gonna get you out of a reading slump. You need to be immersed in the pages. Like, I want to see this turn into a movie because I have all of these images in my head of like the characters, of the world, of the outfits. Like, oh, I want to know who would play Juliet. I would love to play Juliet. I feel like as an actor, you see things from a film standpoint. Like, you see what the camera work would be like in a scene. You see what you think the costumes or the makeup would look like. So just seeing what this would look like on TV makes me so excited for whatever's gonna happen with this book. Sometimes I forget it's not already a TV show or a movie because in my mind, I have these super clear images of Juliet or Kenji. Like, all of this stuff is just so real for me. And I'm just reading it, like, on a page. I don't want to butcher the author's name, but I think it's Tahereh Mafi. She is an amazing writer, guys. Like, these books have me wanting more, because not only does she write from Juliet's perspective, a little spoiler here, she has some books that are from the guy's perspectives. So not only can she write as Juliet, she's writing as Warner. She's writing as Adam. It's insane. And apparently, I've heard that she has a new book coming out following another one of the characters, and I am so excited to read it. I feel like I have never been able to read a book as it's coming out or read a book series while it's being published still. So knowing that she's having another book on the way makes me so excited to hurry up and finish this series. Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me. Please go read this book. If you love dystopian books, this is the book for you. It's so good. Comment down below if you've read Shatter Me, or if you have any other book recommendations, or what other kind of videos you want to see. Love you guys. See you next time.